Hey friends, you got time for a quick thrift haul? Well, I don't know how quick it'll be, but it's a thrift haul, and that's exciting. That's fun. Okay, are you gonna let me do this? You girl, gonna let me do this? Let me do this. Okay. I went with Lauren to look at. She has. They have finally secured a rental house in the New Hope area, which is it's less than a mile from where my booth was before the booth shut down. Before that vendor mall, Royal Roosters. I had no idea we were about to have any kind of thunder and lightning, but now I know. Okay, so after we did all that and saw her little house, and it's gonna be so cute, it's gonna be cute. I'm trying to console myself. She lives like 2 minutes from me right now, but Thomas has to drive from Albertville to Madison, which is, I guess 45 minutes. It's an hour and a half drive. And when they move to New Hope, it's only going to make his drive between 30 and 40. And that will be so much better for his quality of life, because that's hard to do. So after we did all that in New Hope, we came back and stopped at the Guntersville Goodwill. Okay, get on up there. If you want to, get up there. Just do it. The tripod. You're shaking the tripod. Just do it. Just go. Just go. And then she's tangling up in my wires. She turned my light off. Oh, my sweet little doggy. Okay, let's see if we can get this to come back on. This is not okay. Is it still going? Oh, we're still going. Okay. Okay, so we stopped at Goodwill in Guntersville, and obviously I'm always on the lookout for antiques, vintage things. I don't know what the pattern of this is. It just says oven serve. It was 99 cents, and it's quite old. Made in USA, oven serve. Okay, not super familiar. Oh, is that a Homer Laughlin? It is a Homer Laughlin. I have this little tiny yellow 99-cent price tag, but I love it, and I love it despite the little pock marks that have gotten dark with age. That actually adds to it to me. It gives it an authenticity. Look at the sides. Look at the sides. Look at the pattern. I think this might match another little bowl, a little tiny bowl. I don't know if you can tell. It's got some daisies in there. That's just precious. Okay, so 99 cents. Yes, please. All day long, please. I love that so much. All right, 99 cents. And I have a project coming up. I don't know, the twins. We were thrifting with Dean and Ridge, 3.5-year-old, heck on wheels. They were literally strapped in. We were pushing them around, and they were on wheels, so I can say that. Ruckus and Chaos on wheels. And I love them so much. And they were actually very good. They're loud, though. And this was in my buggy, and I had Ridge, and he reached back and got this and was waving it around, and I was like trying to get up to him to where I could get it from him. But before I could, of course, he slung it. They're feral. They're geniuses, but they're feral. So I have a project coming up. I think this was $1.99. Excuse me, I just drank a big bunch of Sprite, and that was a lot of carbonation. I think this might actually be an older one. So I don't know if I will do, I don't know if I'll do the cutting up, and I wasn't going to even say that much about it. Because, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be brave enough to cut up actual rolling pins, but it's such a cute project. Okay, so there's that. Stay tuned. That'll be a thrift flip coming up soon. Okay, this was $1.99, and it is enamelware, and it is heavy, and we are meat eaters, and I do a lot of broiling in the oven, baking of meats, that kind of thing. And when my son Sam, we have a smoker, and he needs big, heavy, strong trays to carry the, you know, he does ribs and he does, what was it he does? He did brisket. He did beef brisket at 4th of July. It was the best thing I ever had. He's so good at it. Yeah, he needs to do a brisket again. But anyway, these are perfect for him because they're a lot stronger. It even has holes that could be hung up. They look to me, this is even heavier than the ones that come with a brand new oven. You know, sometimes you buy a brand new oven and they give you a pan with a slotted rolling top thing with it. Well, this was just this part of it, and it's a great shape, and it's the kind of thing that we absolutely use all the time. Okay, I don't want to rush fall, but I went to Hobby Lobby today, and I confess, I ended up getting a very cute little pumpkin print. But this, I could leave these on. These are my actual From the Eye Doctor glasses that have a little progressive lens that I could leave them on. But habit tells me, okay, there's 99 cents. And I think that is so cute. That is the cutest. I love, it's like, it's thick, like cruel embroidery, not cruel like being mean to somebody. And it's on linen. Cruel like C-R-U-E-L, cruel embroidery, which I just think that's beautiful fall colors. And I hate to rush the seasons. I'm just now really enjoying the idea of putting my sunflowers everywhere, and I'm so excited about that. And I think that's a perfect thing to do in August and right up into September, because it's a color that's going to also blend nicely right into the richer fall colors. So that's pretty, and I love that for 99 cents. Okay, I absolutely do not have a room that matches this. Okay, this is where I'm going to say the words. Okay, how much was it? $3.99, but look at the shape of it. So good, so pretty. Little daughters. This is where I'm going to say little daughters again. Last time Olivia said, this little daughter's watching for the little wood shelf with the bar and the little S-hooks. And she used that in her bathroom. It was so cute the way she had that set up. So this is another opportunity for a little daughter that could use a velvety, royal looking purple. This looks like royalty. Like, well, let's take that tag off. It's very velvety and soft and wonderful. And like I said, I don't have any color scheme in my home that matches this purple, but leave it I could not. And I just had faith that somebody in my world would use it and love it and need it and want it. So if you're watching me, little daughters, and you feel like you could use it, just come on up. All right, this came home with me accidentally, but my little girls are going to love it. They're coming tomorrow to stay with me. It's actually Spirit from Mattel 2020, and it's got the ability to hold somebody on there. I don't know. Oh, its little head will go up and down too. Oh, they're going to love this. I don't even know what I paid for it. The reason I accidentally bought it is because Ridge was holding it in my buggy, and I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to buy it. And then the next thing I know, we're checking out, and it was getting bought. So I probably paid $1 for it. I don't know. Oh, does the tail move too? I don't know. Oh, it just wiggles a little, but the head goes up and down. That's cute. They're going to love that. And they're going to put all kinds of little people on its back, which I don't have the official people to go with it, but they'll find a way. They'll figure it out. Okay, this was $1.99, and I have ideas for things like this, including I have seen some really cute little pendant lights that you could place this over a hanging. You can get a socket and a long cord, and then it's usually got one of those little rolling switches on the cord. And this would be awfully cute. I mean, you could make it any color. You could go brown or bronze or black or anything with it. It is just a nice pewtery color. But for $1.99, this is begging to be flipped into something. It just wants to be flipped into something more than simple. It would be cute just as an orb sitting. Because I did that. I have a little red one that I used with my 4th of July. All right. This, I don't even know. It's 99 cents. And I was thinking it would be, it's chain. I don't know if it's jewelry chain. I don't know what it is. But it's chain of some kind. And it says Rubica Oh, restyle yourself. Okay, it probably is some kind of like necklace chain. But, dadgummit, I don't have the strong enough teeth to do this. I can't. My teeth are fragile. I can't do that. But I'll try to open it after the video and pop that in. This was 99 cents. And I have a little basket of beautiful twig balls and moss balls and succulents and stuff. And for 99 cents, this is a very cute one to go right in there with it. Listen, maybe you could find this somewhere else for 99 cents. Maybe Hobby Lobby carries it out all day long. I don't know. I doubt it. But here's the thing. When you're shopping in Goodwill or in one of our ministry thrift shops, I like the idea of being able to get something that I love for a good price, even if it's barely less than what you would buy it for retail. But I also love knowing that it's supporting these ministries. I think that's very important, and I'm glad to do it. It is sitting in, what is this called? Is this a custard cup? I don't know, but it was 99 cents. And here we are coming up on fall, and I just thought it was really pretty. I have a few pieces that are in this color scheme, these tones, but I don't have one. I have some shaped like this, but not this color scheme. And then I have this color scheme and some other shaped pieces. So it was a good thing for coming up on fall, and I just had it sitting there like that. Now, these are heavy as a weapon. $1.99 each for these lovely brass. I'm loving the idea of brass for late summer into fall, even into Christmas. Those have a lovely shape. To look at this pretty section here, that knobby ribbed section right there is nice, and it looks like it used to have green felt bottoms, but it doesn't anymore. And I'm a clanger. I've talked about this with y'all before. I clang things. I don't mean to. I'll have to get some kind of pretty little candles to go in there. That'll be pretty. I like those a lot. Okay. Oh, here's another toy. Ridge spent most of his time. This was only 99 cents. It's a Melissa and Doug, and I already have one that Ridge already let come apart because he dropped it so many times. But he was in my buggy, and I had him. Of course, they're belted in. You got to belt them in tight. You can't risk letting those fellows escape. That won't do. So I had this sitting up on the push bar, of the cart, and he did this over and over and over with his little hands. And then he would grab my hand and pull my hand onto it. So I was looking at all kinds of antiques and stuff and vintage things and all kinds of miscellaneous crazy. And I was pushing these little fellas up and down. Comes with a hammer in the original set, but I bought this again, even though I have another one. And tomorrow little girls can get to play with that. They'll think that's fun. Speaking of little girls, look, little girls. For $2.99, you now have a second, smaller, rolling frozen suitcase. They are so proud. Thundering again. They are so proud of the rolling suitcase that I already got them. They're so proud of it. When we've gone on vacation and trips, we've gone on a couple of trips since I got it for them, and they pack all their things in it, and this will actually be great. So now that each of them can have one to put their things in, and there'll be a room for a stuffed animal and whatever else. Their parents may not appreciate, but for $2.99, now how could I turn that down? And they love it so much. And I forgot that I also found in here Saddlebread brand waffle robe. These are my absolute favorite. This one has a sensibly stitched on tie so that you don't lose it. Sensible. Okay, and it says one size fits all. It is thundering. Mercy. Well, Ben's here and he watches the weather. I've got a son-in-law that actually watches the weather closely as well. I love a waffle robe for when I get out of the shower, get out of the tub. I want a robe that is not just fluffy, but I want it to be absorbent because I like using it as my towel as my get out and get dry. We're really having a storm. Okay, look at this cute little rabbit. You see? Okay, can you imagine why this rabbit was only 99 cents? Well, I'll tell you why. Because his ear has been glued back on with some crazy kind of expanding, foaming, I don't know what. But I have an idea. I have an idea for this little fella. And I cannot wait to do it. I'm going to put him in one of my next thrift. I've got like 2 more thrift flip videos coming up. And vignette styled, thrift finds styled in my home. Vignettes of things that I'm putting together. And I've just got a lot in the works. I'm finally feeling better enough to start doing these things, and that's exciting. But my little rabbit, I love rabbits anyway, and 99 cents. And of course, I immediately spotted that he had some trouble, but I know what to do. Just stay tuned and you'll find out what happens to my little rabbit. It's time for the Happy Doggy Spotlight. This is the best fun ever. Okay, meet Jess, who belongs to Dawn in the UK. It's a British doggy. Oh, how sweet she is. And I love seeing pictures of your dogs. Please send me pictures and I will feature your doggy in the Happy Doggy Spotlight. Okay, now, the most exciting thing that happened at the Gunnersville Goodwill on Wednesday? Is this the day that it happened? I think it was Wednesday. I couldn't remember. Leaned back in the corner, the back corner of the store, with a bunch of just used ironing boards, metal, modern, current ironing boards. I spied with my little eye something behind them. I was like, what is that? What am I seeing? What is that? What is that? And I got closer to it and I was like, I see something vintage. Look at it. It's so wonderful. As it thunders. Look at the mechanism on this thing. So I saw it and I was like, what on earth? What's happening? Did I make it come loose? What did I do? Was it supposed to come loose? I don't know. It's the first time I've tried to open it. Okay. This is the oldest thing you've ever seen. And if you can believe it or not, I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't read the price. So I have Ridge in one cart with me, and Lauren's got Dean in her buggy, and she's like, you know, she's a good 50 feet from me. And I said, Lauren, come read this tag. $9.99, and I nearly fainted. I was like, oh, okay, I do already have, it's heavy, it's so heavy. I do already have a vintage ironing board, but look, let me hold it up with my head. Oh, my muscles are trembling, I'm weak. Okay, this is going to go somewhere in my house. I haven't even dug down to see what other fabrics we may have. I can feel layers and layers of stuff. I don't know what the wood looks like. I don't know. But because I'm enjoying that deep sunflower yellow, I'm going to hold off the excitement of figuring out what's under here till after we get through with my late summer into fall season with this. I think this needs to go somewhere as, you know, set up like this. You know, I don't have a large house. I mean, I have a 5-bedroom house, but the living spaces in my home are not that great. I mean, we love our home. I'm thankful for my home, but they're not huge spaces. So I'm going to have to decide what I can trade around and put into vacation hibernation in order to let this one be out, because this is so exciting and I can't believe I found it. It was $9.99. And I just say, God, you are good, and that is a God wink, and I love you and I appreciate you, and I would love you even if you did not give me the desires of my heart, which are the old, raggedy, rusty, vintage. I love this. This is lovable to me. It's wonderful. And God is good, and I think God cares enough about our details. He knows us better than anyone else knows us. He understands our shortcomings. I had a discussion, Joel, he's such a reader, and anytime he comes across a word that he has not yet learned the meaning of, he'll ask me first before he Googles it or looks it up. And he said, iniquity, Mama, what's iniquity? He said, is that being unequal to something? I said, no, that's inequity. This iniquity is a sin that you find yourself repeating. That's a habitual thing that you have to, I don't know. This is just what I have heard in preaching somewhere over my lifetime, and it has stuck, because I remember thinking, not only does the Lord forgive our sins, which are the things that we do and they are not in line with His will, He also forgives us of the repeating ones, the iniquities, the ones that we really struggle with. And, you know, I don't know of anybody that doesn't struggle with something or other. All of us are on the same path toward trying to be more Christ-like. And some of us are further down the path than others, but none of us will ever get to the point where we are completely free of any kind of temptation to sin. And by the way, temptation, I'm just going to preach a little while. How about that? The temptation to sin is not a failure in itself. I used to think that just because I was tempted to do something that I knew was not good for me or that was displeasing to the Lord, I just felt like I had just messed up altogether. And Ben pointed out to me, I was crying about it one night because I was like, dadgummit, I can't help that, you know, I can't help that this plagues me, that, you know, that I'll just tell you, at the time I was dealing with a little bit of anger. You may not know it, but I've had some hothead seasons of my life. And whether or not I spoke them or showed them a lot, I showed them sometimes, but not every time. But it was grievous to me because I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to be mad. I didn't want to be frustrated and, you know, feel like I could just box somebody and pow, pow, knock them right out. I mean, that's what I was coming up against. And I was just crying, and I said, Ben, I just feel like such a failure because, honestly, I get so mad, and it's just happening before I realize it. And he said, well, do you get to a point where you just say, okay, let's go with this? I said, no. Even if I'm sliding into it, I'm grasping to get back out because I don't want to do that. And he said, the temptation is not a point of failure. It's the point where you say, Jesus, help me. And you do everything you can to backpedal and to leave it. And then you pray again and you lay it down and you say, I don't want this. I don't want this in my life. I want better than this in my life. And God knows us. He sees these things. This ironing board led us down this long trail, but here's what I was saying. He knows me better than anyone. He knows that I love old vintage things, and I am convinced, that He puts things in my path like an old beat up ironing board for $9.99 that I'm sure is worth so much more than this to some people. I mean, again, if you've stumbled upon my channel and you don't appreciate antiques, you're probably like, she's lost her ever-loving mind. But so be it. This is who I am. This is what I like. So I haven't decided what I can shift and move around in this little crowded house. I have no idea. But some kind of way, we're going to have this as part of our world up on my street. I almost said my address out loud. You're not supposed to do that. But you know I'm in Albertville. Because all these years I have said, I am the manager at, not say my address, I'd say I am the law enforcement agent at. So, you know, and I've been at this address since 1999. We've been here a long time. I could babble forever. I'm gonna sign off so that I can work on some of these thrift flips, because I'm so excited about some of these projects, and I really think that you'll get excited too, because I always try to pick things that are not impossible to reproduce. I don't want it to be a budget breaker, and I don't want it to be something that, like, I'll never find that in a thrift store. I want it to be things that you probably, I mean, you know, not every time you go to a thrift store, but you might have come across them many times already, and will again many times already. That's what I like to keep in mind, because what fun is it to try to do something that's impossible to reproduce? That's not fun. So anyway, now it's gently raining and it just feels wonderful, and I act like I have drank a lot of caffeine, but I really have not. What I was drinking was Sprite Zero. It was carbonated, but anyway, I feel like talking your ears off, talk the ears off a billy goat. I love you all. I pray that the Lord makes himself so real to you that you begin to notice and see those things that he puts in your path, that he does just because he's delighted in you. He loves you. You're the apple of his eye. He wants to bless you. He wants to demonstrate to you the depth of his adoration for you as a child, as a parent adores a child. Not like worship, but you know what I mean. He just is crazy about you. I'm convinced.